What's up, Feel Good Nation? I'm Dr. Donald and this is Dr. Ben. Today we're going to talk about some movements that are really good to open up the hip, really good for hip tightness, whether you're sitting all day. What are some other things that cause hip tightness?
Driving.
Yeah, driving, exactly. And also, if you have low back issues, this is a great way to open up the hips and move the hip, and it'll probably help the low back issues.
Most definitely.
So we're going to go over some exercises and coach you through these exercises, and at the end we're going to give you a routine involving these 3 exercises. So first things first, we're going to go over the dynamic hip flexor stretch, and I'm going to coach you through this. Oftentimes people use a lot of things and it kind of creeps up into the low back. So Dr. Ben, can you go ahead and get into position, and actually let's face to the side. Yeah, that way. Perfect. So simple, you get on one knee, and the hip flexor that we're stretching is actually this downside right here, okay? So first things first, setup is key here. I like to coach a mini crunch, right? So crunch here, really just activate those abs and just think of bringing that rib cage down, okay? And then the second thing, exactly just like that. Second thing is squeeze that glute, right? And what helps me is actually thinking about trying to create tension by wrinkling the floor, bringing this heel closer to this knee, almost like you're wrinkling the floor, okay? Now that you have that tension, you should already kind of feel a stretch in this area. And the last thing you do is reach to the sky here with a little bit forward here. Boom, and then good. Do a couple reps like that, Dr. Ben. Just kind of show them the flow. Good. Now what we don't want is going way forward with no tension. So go ahead, go way forward, lean back a little bit on that back. You see how that can create some issues on that low back. So again, lock down, wrinkle the floor, and then reach to the ceiling. And it's just a little subtle movement. You don't have to go so far. Good, anything I miss out on that?
No, it's good. So one thing too is, if you ever feel any discomfort in the knee, real easy, just readjust the position. Or if it still bothers you, we'll show you one standing in the future.
Perfect. And the pad, pillow, whatever you have to make it soft, right? It's going to feel rough if it's on hardwood. Okay. Let's go to the next one, which is going to be the groin rotation.
Yep. So I'll have you demo this.
Perfect.
So we just worked the front of the hip, trying to loosen this up. Now we're going to get the groin area. So this will be the side right through here. So we're going to combine these 2 motions. So you're going to kick a leg out. Perfect. So key thing right here is we get this nice and flat down. This leg's nice and straight. Next thing you're going to do is just reach one arm through and then rotate up. As you're rotating, couple key things. You want to stack your shoulders so your hand is directly underneath your shoulder. Come on back down. And then you're going to start off by pivoting here, then leading back with the elbow. We're trying to open up this mid-back, extend up, and you should feel a stretch on that inner thigh or groin area. Good. Let's do one more rep. So he's reaching. He's through the shoulder, he's mobilizing his mid-back, he's coming down here. One easy variation, if you're feeling any discomfort, is come up and just lead back with the elbows. Some of us are really tight, and this might be the best move for you. And though that is the groin rotation, lastly, we're going to finish you guys off with a hold. So we're going to get the backside of the hips fired up. So we loosen the inner thigh, the front, and now we're going to get the backs to fire up.
Perfect. So this is going to be the glute bridge, all right? Simple movement, but not that simple. You're going to see with a couple of different coaching tips, okay? So go ahead and lay on your back, Dr. Ben. Perfect. Good. So since we just pulled that out, if it's hard for you to look straight up and you find yourself like that position, oftentimes all you need is a little pillow here and it'll help you. Okay, so set yourself up for success. Don't crank on your neck if you don't need to. Okay, so first things first, similar to the dynamic hip flexor, the first thing I want you to do is push the low back into the ground. And you see how that takes away any like rib flare, okay? So that takes pressure off of the low back if that's what happens to you, okay? The second thing, what I like to coach is lift the toes. Exactly, just like that. So you drive through your heels into the ground. You make a dent into the ground with your heels, okay? The next thing is, I want you to lift, good. and then come back down. And you should feel this in the back side of your legs. If you're feeling it in the back, go ahead and show them what that would feel. That means you lost that lock in the abs, okay? So now let's lock it back down, boom. See, you won't go as high, but it's okay. You're supposed to feel it in the hips. It's a glute bridge, not a back bridge, okay? Do a couple more reps, good. And then another thing I like to think of if it's still hard for you to get the backside working is make a dent into the ground and lightly pull towards your butt with your heels, okay? And that should activate the backside of your legs, okay? Good, and boom, down. Anything I missed out?
Nope, so we're just gonna hold this for...
Perfect, yeah, let's go over the routine. Now let's go over the routine. Now that we've coached you guys through that. So, you wanna bring it through the routine?
Yeah, so
You're
we're
out
gonna,
there.
so we're gonna do that first exercise. We're gonna do the dynamic hip flexor for 5 reps. We're gonna superset that with the groin rotation. So that means we're gonna go back and forth between these two. We're gonna do 10 of those each side. We're gonna do that for 2 total rounds. Once we finish that, we're gonna hold that glute bridge for a minimum of 30 seconds.
Perfect. Boom, that's it.
That's it. So just try doing this. If you are an office worker, I challenge you to do this before your lunch break every single day and see if that wipes those cobwebs away from your brain, gets your body feeling awesome.
Absolutely, and carry over any of these modifications, right? If one of these you find like you have a low back issue with them, try the modifications and I'm pretty sure you're gonna feel a difference, okay? So stay tuned for next time. We look forward to seeing you guys next time. Have a good day.